Hi, this is Usha. Welcome to Rathod's IS classes. Today in this lecture, we are going to analyze today's prelims paper. So, according to me, the paper is easy to moderate. So now, let us try to see first 10 questions which mainly belongs to economy in this video, and in the subsequent parts, we are going to see entire this paper analysis. So now first let us see the first question. So this is a setting. Okay, so this is setting. So first question here is rapid financing instrument. Rapid financing instrument and rapid credit facility are related to the provisions of lending by which of the following? And option A here is Asian Development Bank. Option B is IMF, that is International Monetary Fund. And option C is United Nations Environment Program Finance Initiative, and next one is option D, that is World Bank. So I think, have you come across this balance of payment crisis, right? So even recently Sri Lanka approached this IMF for this balance of payment crisis. So because of this is in news. So actually here rapid financing instrument and rapid credit facility which is related to IMF, that too regarding this balance of payment crisis. So if any country which is mainly facing this balance of payment crisis, they will be approaching this IMF, and in this IMF we have this rapid financing instrument. Okay, so first question answer is B, IMF. So already we discussed this topic in our Hindu analysis. So next topic here is regarding our Indian economy. So this question is mainly based on our static syllabus. It is mainly talking about NEER, that is nominal effective exchange rate, and next one is real effective exchange rate. So now let us try to see the three statements are given and try to analyze these statements and try to approach the correct answer for this question. So first statement here is an increase in nominal effective exchange rate indicates the appreciation of rupee. So to understand this, you have to know basic concept regarding what is this nominal exchange rate, that is NEER. So it is nothing but country's international competitiveness. It is mainly talking about international competitiveness. Okay, so it is mainly talking about foreign exchange or forex reserves. Okay, so forex or foreign exchange it is mainly talking about. So whenever there is increasing of NEER means we can say there is appreciation. Whenever decreasing of this NEER means we can say depreciation. So first statement is absolutely correct. And next one is an increase in real effective exchange rate, that is REER, indicates an improvement in trade competitiveness. So here you need to know what is this real effective exchange rate. So it is nothing but it mainly the weightage, okay, it is mainly weighted average of country's currency in the basket of other major currencies. So whenever there is increasing of RER means we can say exports of that country it is going to be costly and imports of that country will be cheaper. So whenever RER which is mainly increasing means we can say there is losing of trade competitiveness. So here this statement is absolutely opposite. So whenever there is increasing of RER we are mainly losing. So whenever decreasing of this RER means we are improving. So we can eliminate this statement. So if you are eliminating this second statement, the answer will be 1 and 3 only. So because of the trend in domestic inflation, so now we are seeing inflation in our country. So because of inflation, what happened? So we already saw that depreciation of Indian rupee which mainly happened. So depreciation means we can talk about NEER. So whenever depreciation is happening, so we can say that will be have some impact on the trade competitiveness, right? So this third statement is correct. An increase in trend in this domestic inflation related to inflation in other countries is likely to cause like divergence, that is increasing or decreasing in this NEER and as well as REER. So this statement is correct. So correct option is C, 1 and 3 only. And now let us try to see third question. So with reference to Indian economy, consider the following statements. So first one is if inflation is too high, Reserve Bank of India is likely to buy government securities. So already we discussed number of times articles regarding inflation of Hindu analysis. So there I tried to explain the basic concepts of inflation, and even our servants are also explain this concept of inflation in weekly economic lectures, right? So inflation means we can see there is a general tendency of increasing of price in the market regarding goods and services. There is high price of goods and services in the market. Then what happened? So to control this inflation, RBI will be having monetary policy, right? So in this monetary policy, it will be having some interest rates, and it will be also having some instruments like government securities as well. Okay, so you might have studied about this government securities concept in your static economic syllabus. So what happens whenever there is money supply in the market is increasing, means that will leads to this inflation. So government and even RBI, they need to take measures to decrease money supply in the market. So whenever it is buying government securities, okay, so what happens if the inflation is too high, Reserve Bank of India is likely to buy this government securities. It is not going to buy this government securities. And next one is, if rupee is rapidly depreciating, RBI is likely to sell dollars in the market. Yes, okay, yes. Depreciation means there is increase in the value for dollar and decrease in the value for rupee. So at that time what happened, RBI want to maintain or stabilize its rupee price so that it will be mainly selling dollars into the market. And next one is, if interest rates in USA and European Union, they were to fall, that likely to induce RBI to buy dollars. So recently we saw that FII, okay, foreign investment in India. Then what happened? So there is increasing of value for dollar because there is increasing of interest rate in the Federal Bank of USA. So already we discussed this topic in our Hindu analysis also. Then what happened whenever there is increasing the interest rate in this USA or other countries, then the dollar will be going towards this in other countries. They will be leaving India. So at that time, here RBI need to buy this dollars. Yes. So correct option will be B, 2 and 3. And now let us try to see next question, that is regarding G20 common framework. Okay. So what is this G20 common framework? So it is recently seen in news, that is in July 2021. Why? Because due to this COVID-19 pandemic, especially almost all the countries, they mainly entered into debt. So because of there is no proper tourism, and because of this COVID-19, they went for national-wide lockdowns in almost all the countries. That led to decreasing of their manufacturing, and that led to decreasing of their GDP. And even number of countries, they are mainly having this economic crisis that is facing still now. For example, Sri Lanka. So at that time, here these G20 countries and this Paris Club, they came together and they formed this. They came up with this initiative of this G20 common framework. And the important theme of this G20 common framework here, it is to provide some support for this low income countries with unsustainable debt. Okay, so here these two statements are absolutely correct. So correct option is C, both 1 and 2. And now let us try to see next question, that is regarding inflation indexed bonds. So this topic is from your static syllabus of your economy. So with reference to Indian economy, what advantages of this inflation indexed bonds? So here this question which is only asking about advantages. So if you're talking about inflation indexed bonds, they are also called as credit indexed bonds. So as you all know, this bond, it is like a promissory note, right? So here what happened whenever there is inflation, means normally for the bonds there will be some influence of inflation that is seen. So here if this inflation indexed bonds, here there will be no influence of inflation that is mainly seen. So because of this, investor, they will be not worrying about any uncertainty regarding inflation. So now let us try to see what are the advantages that are given here. First one is, government can reduce the coupon rates on its borrowing by the way of this index of inflation indexed bonds. Yes, government can reduce the coupon rates. And next one is, in inflation indexed bonds, they provide protection to the investors from uncertainty regarding inflation. Yes, this statement is absolutely correct. And next one is the interest received as well as the capital gains on these inflation indexed bonds, there will be no tax. Yes, this statement is also correct. So here option D is correct answer. And now let us try to see next question. It is regarding foreign owned e-commerce firms operating in India. Which of the following statements is or are correct? So why this e-commerce firms is in this paper? Because in July 2021, so there was one news already we discussed in our Hindu analysis also, that is regarding new e-commerce rules. So we discussed regarding Amazon, Flipkart, they are going to affect because of this new e-commerce rules, right? So this is in news in July 2021. So at that time we discussed in detail what will be the guidelines and how it is going to affect this e-commerce companies like Amazon and Flipkart. I gave you one example also when we discussed that topic in our Hindu analysis. So here the first statement which is given here is they can sell their own goods in addition to offering that as a marketplaces. So those platforms where they are selling their own goods, okay, so here they cannot offer that platforms as marketplaces. Okay, so this is the first point in that new e-commerce rules. So here you can also come across one important thing here is, so it is mainly providing the platform. So they are mainly selling the goods on online for the other sellers as well. So that should not be done here. So this is the first statement. And next one is the degree to which they can own big sellers on their platforms is limited. So because of this first thing, so what happened here? So what is the thing that can do in their platforms that will be limited? So this second option is correct and first option is incorrect. So they cannot use their platforms. So correct option will be sixth one is B. And seventh question here is, which of the following activities constitutes real sector of the economy? So which of the activities comes under real sector? So first one is farmer harvesting their crops. Next one is textile mills converting raw cotton into fabrics. A commercial bank lending money to trading company. So a corporate body issuing rupee denominated bonds overseas. Only the first two, so farmers who are harvesting their crops and textile mills converting raw cotton into fabrics. So these two only comes under this real sector. So correct option will be A. Seventh one answer is A. And eighth question here, it is regarding indirect transfers. So if you have gone through this question and if you are following our channel, okay, then you might be knowing about this direct transfers and you will be giving the correct option for this question for sure. Because I discussed this topic in this global minimum corporate tax. I took a separate lecture on this global minimum corporate tax with my handwritten notes in our channel. So whenever we have discussed that topic, at that time I discussed about how companies they are evading the tax. Okay, and there we also discussed about indirect transfers concept as well. So here with question here is, which one of the following situation best reflects indirect transfers often talked about in media recently with reference to India? So here option A is an Indian company investing, okay, in a foreign enterprise, okay, and this Indian company which is mainly paying taxes to the foreign country on the profits. So wherever it is getting the profits, on this profits they are paying the tax. It will be not comes under indirect transfer. And next one is a foreign company investing in India, okay, a foreign company which is investing in India, and this company which is paying taxes to the country of its base on the profits arising out of the investment. Yes, it will be not comes under this indirect transfer. And an Indian company purchases tangible assets in a foreign country and sells such assets after their value increases and transfers the proceeds to India. It will not also comes under this. So a foreign company transfers the shares and such shares derive their substantial value from assets located in India. So this mainly comes under this indirect transfers. So correct option for this eighth question is option D. And ninth question here is, with reference to expenditure made by an organization or a company, which of the following statements are correct? So it is talking about expenditure. So especially this CAPEX, capital expenditure. I discussed this topic whenever we discussed budget. So budget I discussed into two parts. So I think in the first part I discussed about this capital expenditure. So if you have gone to that video, then you might be guessing at least one statement. So capital expenditure means we are mainly spending, or any company which is mainly spending on technology or any other machines, or we can talk about buildings, okay, some infrastructure, etc. So acquiring new technology is a capital expenditure? Yes, of course. So first statement is correct. So debt financing is considered as capital expenditure. So what is this debt financing? So what is this concept of this debt financing? For example, if there is any company, so to establish any company, yes, we need capital. So we are borrowing some capital from so and so person, okay, and this is our debt. So after some time, this company will be going to repay that debt. That is called as debt financing. So how this debt financing will comes under capital expenditure? Not at all. And next one is equity financing. So equity financing means nothing but I need some more investment, okay, I need some investment, but I don't want to bring the debt. So at that time I will be giving the share, or I will be selling the bonds, etc., such that I will be getting some investment. So how it will comes under capital expenditure? It will be not also comes in this capital expenditure. For example, you can talk about angel investors. So it is one of the example. So this taken statement is incorrect. So correct option for this 9th question is A1 only. And now let us try to see the 10th question. So with reference to Indian economy, consider the following statements. So first one is a share of household financial savings goes towards government borrowings. So actually this household financial savings will be the overall savings of the country. For example, you can talk about any currency, or if you are talking about savings in the banks, okay, pensions. So those all will becomes under this household financial savings, that will not comes under your government borrowings. So this first statement is incorrect. And second statement here is dated securities issued at the market related rates in auctions form a large component of internal debt. Yes, dated securities which are mainly issued, that mainly comes from this internal debt. So correct option will be B. 10th answer is B. So these are the answers for this first 10 questions of this set A. So I hope you understand this lecture. Please subscribe to Rathod's IAS Academy, and don't forget to like, share and comment my video. Thank you so much.